Hello and welcome to Dave's Delightful Dishes. As always, I'm Dave and it is such a delight to have you here visiting me in my kitchen today. And today we're going to do something that I like quite a bit and it's a favorite in my house with my family and my wife. And it is filet mignon with balsamic strawberries. Let's check it out. Well, it's strawberry season here, and I actually, with my strawberry fields, with my strawberry plants that I've got out in the field, I have some, but luckily the farmer's market down the street has a whole lot more. So you need to get yourself about 2 cups, like call it a pint and a half of strawberries, which ends up being about 2 cups sliced. And the first thing we got to do is we got to slice these strawberries up, and we're going to use these ingredients. So let's start off with slicing these strawberries. So I like using a paring knife when I'm doing strawberries. Let's go ahead and get them up. We're going to cut the top off. And then I don't want to slice them too thin because they're going to be on steak. So I want to have them about a 1/4 inch thick. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare the rest of these. And we will see you once those are done. Okay, so now that these are sliced, and that ends up being just about 2 cups sliced, I'm going to just use the same bowl since it's not, that way I don't have to dirty a new one. And I put my strawberries in, and I put in a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar, and a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And we got to stir this together. And if you get a lumpy part of the brown sugar, you might have to give it a little bit of bump there. There we go. Let that break up. And now, you want this go for between 1 to 3 hours. And just pull it out like every half hour, just give it a stir. Just that way that the marinade mixes evenly inside these strawberries. And I'm going to, as you see, right now, it just looks like brown sugar, strawberries, and some balsamic vinegar. But give it a little time, and the magic will happen. So I'm going to put this aside. It's going to go in the fridge for 1 to 3 hours, and I'll get back to you once we're ready to start cooking. All right, it's been a couple hours, and the strawberries are ready. And as you can see, they have gotten thick. They're thick with the balsamic, and the brown sugar have made kind of almost like a syrup. And they are definitely marinated nicely now. It took a couple hours, and I have my fillets. Now these are big ones. I like a nice big steak, so these are 6 to 8 ounce. But if you go 4 ounce, which is kind of normal, no big deal. We're just going to cook them a little bit less. I need to get some salt and pepper on these. So I've washed my hands so I can touch my meat, and then I'm going to wash my hands again afterwards. Pepper. Salt. And give it a flip. I like to use the other hand so that way I'm not polluting both hands. And I can still touch that comfortably. Oh, well, there we go with that. That one fought me. A little bit of salt. And a little bit of pepper. This is totally to taste. So you want to have some on there, but you can have a whole lot if you like it that way, or have a little bit. So now this, we're going to have to take over to the cooktop, and we're going to start by searing these off in a cast iron pan. All right, so this is a nice hot cast iron pan. I've kind of just given it a little bit of pre-oil just to make sure that it's nice and moist, but now I've got a tablespoon of oil. I'm going to just spread around a little bit. This is a heavy pan. If you don't have a cast iron, any saute pan or flat bottom pan that's wide will do. You just need to Just need to get it nice and hot and make sure that it's lubricated so this doesn't stick. And we're now going to place all the fillets on here. And then this tiny little piece will stick on there too. And then we're gonna cook these for a minute on each side. Maybe 2 because these are thicker, but you just want to get a nice sear on them. Okay, 2 minutes has elapsed, and I flipped that already and saw it's nice and brown. So we will look at that nice sear. All right, those are looking really good. So 2 more minutes on this side, and then I'm putting it into a 400-degree oven for about 10 minutes. If your fillets are thinner, well, the goal is to get them to 130 degrees internal. So maybe a little bit less if you've got thin or smaller fillets. 10 minutes later, they are firm. I'm going to give them a quick flip just to kind of cook off and get those liquids back on this pan. And that little piece. That's going to go to the dog. And now these are going to come off. And I'm going to tempt them with foil while I do this final step here. So all the juice is on this pan. I'm going to get this heat back on. And I'm going to add about 1.5 tablespoons of butter. 2 tablespoons if you like. And let that melt. And then I've got my strawberries and my liquid. That's going on too. I'm going to get this up to a simmer. Because we're going to cook these strawberries a bit, and we are going to reduce this liquid to make it nice and thick and kind of like a glaze. So I'd expect this to take about 5 minutes. And just keep moving it while it's slowly reducing. Once you get it to a simmer, reduce it to medium heat so it's not just burning. And we will get there nice and easy. As you can see, it's thickening up. It's not quite there yet. It's been about 2.5 minutes. I'm going to go another 3, and then these should be ready. See how the strawberries are getting nice and soft? This is starting to look more like a syrup, less like just a liquid. You know, the brown sugar is going to help us out quite a bit here. There we go. Now this is ready. As you can see, it almost looks like candy here. And it's very thick. The strawberries are nice and soft. So that is ready to come off. Okay. So now I have my side dishes, which, you know, it's steamed broccoli and a baked potato, both of which are pretty easy. I've done before and I've shown before. If you need someone to show you how to do this, by all means, leave me a note in the comments and I'll make a little special side dish thing for you. Other than that, have these ready to go. I'm going to add one of my steaks. So I've got the rule of thirds. And now I'm going to take some of this strawberry sauce, and I'm just going to drizzle that down over the top. Perfect. A little extra of the liquid, which is thickening up really nicely. Perfect. And I need a napkin, because my good friend Wick has told me over the time that I've been doing this, always wipe your plate. And that's good advice if you're plating for your guests. And I'm going to put a little crack of black pepper on top, or you can skip that if you don't want it, but that is a final piece. And look at that. This is a delightful meal right here. And minus the couple of hours of letting the strawberries marinate, which you could do in the morning, and then they'll be home and ready. They're ready for you when you come home in the afternoon. This took 20 minutes to make. A little bit more with a baked potato, but you can choose your sides. So this is a weeknight meal if you want it. It's I would consider this more of a fancy meal though, seeing as it's filet mignon. So make your guests happy. Give it a try. Let me know how it went in the comments. If you haven't already, give me a like and subscribe, and you can ring that bell to let me know, so that way you'll know whenever I put something new out. And I'm putting new content out every week, so keep on coming back and check it out. Send me challenges. I do a lot of challenge recipes, and I'm always happy to give your recipe a try. If you go to my Facebook page for Dave's Delightful Dishes, which will be linked in the description, you will see background stuff. I'll let you know when episodes are coming out, and there's also a link to my Spreadshirt app where you can get merch from my show, which includes like bandanas, aprons, cooking supplies, bottles, coffee mugs, all kinds of things. If you see something you like, I would appreciate it if you give it a try. And what I'd like to see you guys do is just let me know what you think, and I will see you at the next recipe.